Welcome everybody to my presentation today. My name is Nitish Keman and today I will be presenting you one of the creativity technique. On the agenda, there will be a video how to encourage team creativity in an organization. Then I would introduce you to one of the creativity technique, which is ice dip. Followed by, I would be explaining you the 6 stages of ice dip, limitation of the technique, an activity for motivation of your employees, and an inspiring invention during the pandemic. Then I would be resumed by a summary, or at the end I would take any question. How to encourage team creativity in an organization. Innovation comes from innovative thinking. Change your seat and find another view. That's a quote from Compo 2013. And I hope you would enjoy the video. Ice dip. Ice dip is a model of creativity. It was created by Geoffrey Petty. The model was developed to make the best use of creativity. It outlines 6 working phases, which is inspiration, clarification, evaluation, distillation, incubation, and perspiration. Professor David Mosley and other authors in 2005 in their work Framework for Thinking from the Cambridge University Press review the major model of creative process and found that ice dip is very clear and jargon-free. Creativity is not a matter of genius or luck, but something that everyone can achieve with the help of the proper tool. The right tool for creativity helps people to unleash and nurture creativity during an innovation process, where the team should generate new ideas to explore their feasibility as business model. Finding the right tool is not always easy to select. It can be a difficult process when done with care, and yet quite simple when it breaks down to the elements. And these elements are research, search, implement, and capture. As these result of these elements, ice-dip model is the most appropriate one to use. As you see here, I would be never settle for a good idea. Keep going to the exhaustion of idea to find the most innovative idea. C is clarifying what we want to achieve and drill down for better ideas. E would be to be positive and to improve the weaknesses of the ideas. D is for distillation of all these creative ideas that we did found. I, it would be let the idea to incubate. P is perspiration. Stay with it, work with phases, believe in the idea and the ability to achieve it. Now I will go into detail with my slides. The phase one is inspiration. The group sit down at a round table where they would generate many ideas as possible. This also is called the idea generation phase. Many people wonder where creative people find their ideas. The answer is among a huge of pile bad ideas. Creativity is like mining for diamond. Most of what you dig is thrown away, but it doesn't make the digging a waste of time. Clarification. The aim here is to clarify the purpose of our objective of the work. It's easy to lose our sense of direction while dealing with detailed difficulties in creative work. After accumulating these ideas, the team would focus on the constraint within each approach, in which the focus of the goals should be achieved. Key question to consider during this phase: what I am trying to achieve here, what I am trying to say, what exactly is the problem I'm trying to resolve, what I would like the finished work to be like. Next one is evaluation. In this phase, we examine the work for the strengths and weaknesses. We need to consider how the work should be improved by removing the weaknesses and also by capitalizing on the strength of each ideas. This stage is vital as we would review critically if the product or service is profitable to the company. We will track each cost associated with the launching of the product or service, whether it's an incremental improvement or a radical innovation we intend to bring. We always concentrate on the tier segment of our customer. Number 4 is the distillation phase. Here the ideas from the inspiration phase are stifled through and evaluated, usually in the light of the findings of the clarification phase. The best ideas are chosen for further development or are combined into better ideas. This stage is a self-critical phase, as a detailed analysis is required as well. The fifth phase is incubation. Many brilliant ideas has occurred in workshop. The project team will stop working on the project for a few days and perhaps to start working on another thing. We would let the idea to half-bake, simmer till we don't come back for the last stage. Perspiration is the last stage of the ice dip. This stage is where the team determination and persistent effort towards the introduction of a new idea would pay off. Sometimes at this stage, it might be involve further inspiration, distillation, and clarification phase again. Each phase can be visited as many times as required, and there is no specific order of selection of any phase while using this method. Now we will come to the disadvantages of the ISDIP model for the creativity. It has three main disadvantages, this model. Firstly, we run a project with a tight time scale. The incubation phase are often left out, which is not the best. Second disadvantage is individual personality might affect the stages, as different mindsets are required at each stages. As you will see on the right hand side, during the inspiration phase, you need to be a risk taker, spontaneous. In clarification phase, you should not hurry, not afraid to ask questions. Evaluation phase, you should be self-critical, analytical, willing to learn. Distillation phase, you should be positive and strategic about your choices. In the incubation phase, the mindset should be forgetful, unhurried. Perspiration phase, you should be enthusiastic and responsive to shortcomings. And lastly, the third disadvantage of this model would be using inappropriate phase at wrong times. Creative blocks can occur at inappropriate phase during wrong time period. So if we are struggling at this a phase, we should switch to other phases. Before getting started on a project, it is useful to allow your employee to come out from their comfort zone. Test their ability and mental abilities. Be creative, do teamwork, building, and ability to motivate other staff of the team. An excellent idea is to hold a mini Olympic Games at the workplace. There are many indoor activities that we can choose for the indoor games. Here is a couple of ideas. Paper plane folding and throwing paper balls in the trash bin from a distance, paper origami, spaghetti and marshmallow exercise, mini golf, paper stacking, etc. The time frame would be 10 to 20 minutes depending on your team size. Then I want to inspire you with a quote from Steve Jobs. Innovation is the ability to see the changes as an opportunity, not as a threat. On the right hand side, you would see an innovative idea that was born during the pandemic. These are safety station vending machine designed to supply face mask sanitizer. It can be found at the Zurich airport, at the train station in Brussels. This machine would supply you with different amenities that's needed around this pandemic so that travelers would feel safe during their journey. And lastly is the summary of my presentation. ISDIP model is one of the best of the creative process. It consists of 6 stages: inspiration, clarification, evaluation, distillation, incubation, perspiration. It's an easy model to use and is very effective. Thank you for listening to me today. I'll take any question if you want. Thank you.